So the things that we're gonna need are pencil, tape measure, needle nose pliers, speed square, 1/8 inch drill bit, 3 carabiners in this case because we want 3 hooks, 3 spokes, and for our mounting case, we're gonna use 4 of these screws to attach our platform to the wood in Vanderlust. Standard drill and a 6.5 inch circular saw. The carabiner that we're going to be using is a Camp Photon. The construction of them provides a really good stable platform. I think we've hung probably 30 pounds on it without a problem. And there's nothing gluing it in place. It's just being held with this spoke right here, which is also repurposed from an old wheel build. See if I can break my needle nose pliers. 5.5 again. So we're figuring out the placement of the carabiners. For me, I want these evenly spaced because of the layout in the van. Really, you can do it however you want, but we're gonna be doing them evenly. So we're gonna set the depth of our saw blade to 3/8 of an inch, and that's gonna be the depth where our carabiner seats into the wood and gives us a real nice setting. Whether you're comfortable with your skills or not, doing a few test runs on another piece of wood is a fantastic idea. Because again, this is the most integral part of this installation. Booyah! It should take about 3 passes with the circular saw to get the groove right. This is the most complicated and difficult part of the installation for sure. The grooves have to be like within a 32nd of an inch tolerance, which is really, really small. So instead of using our highly skilled trusty circular saw, an alternative is using a real small router. So this would have been our preference to use because it's just a lot quicker. There's not a lot of technique to it, but the size bit that I got was wrong. So we're stuck doing it the old-fashioned way with the circular saw. So now we're going to be drilling the hole through our board. The spoke is going to actually be our only thing that's supporting and holding the carabiner. So let's drill that hole. We're going to make the hole really, really close to our groove. You could almost go into it, but I try to keep it just a little bit outside of it. All right, so on the back of our board, we're gonna cut a little recess out for the spoke to fold over into. We can either use a router, again, which is more ideal. Just like on this side, it would be more ideal to make one pass with the router, or a circular saw with a very shallow depth that we're gonna cut out. Originally, before we were using the circular saw, for this part, we're gonna use the router. So if I'm confusing anybody, sorry. So we made a decision finally on how we're gonna finish our board here. We're gonna go with the dark, which is a dark walnut by Minwax. Want to make sure to get all the way into the grooves. So you can let the stain dry overnight if you want. I'm not that patient, and it's really not gonna make any difference. You can see I'm touching it, and maybe a little bit comes off of my hand, but it's not that big of a deal. It's been maybe 5 minutes since we stained it. Yeah, so you can see here, this has got just a tiny little bit of bend to it, like angling to it. And that can be because our hole is drilled a little bit too far off to one side. So the closer you can keep your hole to that groove, the better. And there we go. That's it. And if it's a little too complicated for you, the Urban Craft Studios can put one together for you. Just check out our description, and we should have a good contact email in there for you to reach out to us, and we'll look at making you one. Take it easy.